Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Raven and welcome back to my channel. Now last night we had another Warriors Den, but there wasn't that much information in terms of really big things because there's one big thing going on that everyone's kind of talking about and that they wanted to focus on, and that is the dedicated server public test. And that is right, for those of you who don't know, currently they are testing the first version of their dedicated servers. Now this test will be going through until Sunday. That's like Monday for us in Australia because we're like a day ahead of everyone else. That's kind of weird, but it will be going through to the end of the weekend, and this thing is available for every platform. Okay, so whether you're playing on Xbox One, PS4 or PC, you can play this thing, and it is also free, so anyone can jump in. You don't even need to own the game, from what I've heard and what I've been told. So all you have to do is go to the store, you type in For Honor open test, and it should pop up, and then you can download it from there. You can do the same thing in Steam, just go into the search bar, type in For Honor open test, it will pop up and you can download it. Same with Uplay. Now keep in mind, the devs said themselves they're not worrying too much about matchmaking when it comes to this whole open test thing. It's mainly to basically stress test the servers and see how the connections are playing out. So if you end up getting stomped by a whole bunch of high rep guys, it doesn't really matter. That's not the point of the test. Keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind, you'll still see your nat type there. So whether it's red, green, or yellow, that shit doesn't matter, okay? That's just an artifact left behind from the old version of the game. So right now everyone's on a dedicated server, so there is no nat, okay? Everyone's connected to the server. And of course, if someone gets disconnected or leaves the match, it's not going to go into that little circle waiting thing, because that's not a thing anymore, because they're not trying to find a new host. Everyone's already connected to the host, which is the server. So they are currently looking for a whole bunch of feedback, of course, because they want to get things working properly. Now they also said on the Warriors Den live stream in regards to dedicated servers that there will be a central hub which everyone will be connecting to, whether you're in the America region, European region, Asian region, and of course us here down in Australia. You'll connect to a central sort of hub thing, and that way you'll get the best connection. Now if you're playing with people from around the world, or you're playing in a game and there's not too many, say for me, Aussies around, it will try and pick the closest server that will give the game the overall best ping. So it might not be the most perfect ping, but at the same time it will be decent ping enough that you can play the game, hopefully. And considering you're versing people from around the world, or outside of your region, that's the best you can hope for, so that's pretty cool. Now another thing to keep in mind with this public test, there'll only be Dominion, Tribute, and Dual mode, okay? And like I said, they're focusing on connections big time. Same sort of thing, there's none of the normal features we'll find on the live version of the game. And of course, by participating, you will get a whole bunch of rewards depending on how many daily orders you complete. They want people to come back every day and test this thing out properly, not just play it once and fuck off like lots of people did with the previous tests. So you'll get a bunch of steel, you get a bunch of crates, and of course anyone who participates, if we complete the event order thing, we will get as well ornaments and a whole bunch of champion status, a whole bunch of cool shit. Basically just play the fucking thing, smash it out over the weekend, play it for the 4 days, give them some really good feedback, and in return we'll get a bunch of cool gear that will go across to the live version of the game. But keep in mind, all the steel you earn and all of course your levels that you rank up and everything on the public test does not carry across to the main game. So keep that in mind when you're playing the public test. You don't get any rewards that will go to your main accounts until after the public test is over. They said they're going to have a look and see how much stuff you did and all daily orders, games, all that sort of stuff, and then they'll give you the rewards that are appropriate to that on your main account. So that's the bulk of the information out of the way. Now my opinion on dedicated servers, because I've been playing them all last night once I got home from work, and I've been playing them a bit today. Now last night when I got home from work, it would have been about 1 in the morning here, so of course everyone in Australia was pretty much asleep, and of course the pool of players playing on the dedicated servers was really small at that time, so I got put with a whole bunch of random people from across the world. In total, I got a game with a bunch of Japanese guys, I got a game with a bunch of Chinese guys, and I got a couple of games with some people from Europe and America. And luckily enough, there was another Aussie guy in all of those games that, we just kept joining up with each other, which was really cool because we could talk to each other and communicate on, how much lag were we getting, how was it for us, and so on and so forth. Now, considering I was versing people from America, which is the latency would have been easily 300 and 400, stuff like that, because when I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day, they didn't have the Aussie servers yet. That's the ping we were used to when we were playing any online game with people from America. And I have to say, the ping was fucking great. There was a little bit of lag. I'm not gonna lie and say, no, it was perfectly smooth as shit. No, there was lag, okay? I'd guard break someone, and then they'd counter guard break it after I'm already swinging, just random shit like that every now and then. But it was actually playable considering I'm playing with people from across the world. world. That actually really surprised me. I thought it was going to be a complete clusterfuck, to be honest with you, playing with people from across the world, and I thought they were going to fuck up the dedicated servers a little bit in that regard, but they seem to be doing pretty damn well with it. And that was the same for the Japanese guys I versed, same with the Chinese guys. Like I said, little bits of lag here and there, little bits of like, you know, just weird things going on, but overall the game was still playable. And then today I got to play a bunch of games, of course, against Aussie people, and it was fucking smooth as shit. I had no issues not whatsoever, and it felt normal, it felt natural, it felt like just playing, no disconnects, nothing. And even when I was versing people from like America and Japan and stuff, no one was disconnecting, which was, you know, awesome. And when someone did disconnect, I think in one game we had 2 people disconnect or leave the game, whichever one, didn't even fucking notice because there was no like, you know, stopping the game for that circle thing. So apart from a few little bugs and stuff that they need to fix in terms of like, you know, latency, and of course they need to make sure that the servers are great in terms of the locations and all that sort of stuff, all of that is just minor stuff that they can sort out very, very easily. The rest of it is pretty goddamn solid and smooth, and I'm very, very impressed so far. And this is a really, really big thing for Ubisoft because they can't fuck this up. This is one of their big draws that they want to get right in order for everyone to say, hey, they fucking got this, they nailed this, and that way more players can come to the game and have a more stable experience. And as long as they don't do anything to fuck it up from now till it releases and they improve upon it, and you know, it's going to be fucking great, and I'm going to praise them to high heaven for it because they've done really well so far. I will give them that. Now, before we end the video, just one last thing I want to say, and this sort of confused the shit out of me, and I'm a little bit angry about it, not too sure about it. We'll see how it goes. Roman, towards the end of the Warriors Den live stream, said that the defensive meta parry changes have been pushed back to the next season. Now, that would be the first season of year 2, or if they're just going along with what we have now, that would be season 5. Now, he said that change has been pushed back to the next season along with a bunch of other things, i.e. I think the reworks have been pushed into the next year as well, because they did say they got people to come in and test the brand new reworked heroes as well and give some feedback. So, you know, they're getting close to releasing those guys, I would assume, considering they're getting people to test them. They have a playable version of it. So I think that they decide to push back the parry changes and, of course, you know, the reworked heroes and stuff into the next year. So the plus side is that pretty much just confirms there will be a year 2 of For Honor. I get a lot of people asking me if there will be a year 2, so that pretty much confirms that. And at the same time, the guy came on, one of the big producer guys came on, and he said they want to continue on to the next year. They're not abandoning the game. He reaffirmed that they're committed to going through and continuing to, you know, fund the game, i.e. like they did with dedicated servers, and they're looking to keep the game going forward. So everything points to the fact that there will be a year 2, which they better freaking add, you know, brand new heroes, I'm just saying. But it does piss me off a little bit, the fact that they said that the parry changes will be coming this season, and now they've pushed them back to the next season. Now, I want them to be done properly, no doubt about it. I don't mind waiting a little bit, but you know, they could have told us that sooner. That's sort of like leaving it to the very last second before going, hey, this thing you're all expecting, by the way, not going to happen. If you don't think it's going to happen in future, tell us sooner. Say, we thought this, it's not going to happen, we're not going to make that deadline, so we're pushing it back. That's fair enough. I just hate things being left to the very last second. But apart from that, overall, the dedicated servers are good so far, and I'm enjoying playing on them. I really hope that they, you know, can pull this thing off and not mess it up between now and when it releases. And all of you as well, please jump in and try it out. Like I said, it's completely free. You can jump on, you can try out the servers and give good feedback, okay? If you have issues or you see some bugs in that, tell them about it. Go, hey, this particular thing was fucking up here, this was this. Don't just like go off raging because then no one listens, but give an actual feedback. Go, I did X, Y, and Z, and then this thing fucked up in the middle. Can you fix this? Or just let them know about it. And then hopefully we can all get something really goddamn cool out of this in the end. But that is the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. What do you think about the brand new dedicated servers? Have you tried them out? Have you not tried them out? Are you going to try them out? Make sure you let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to hear from you all. And if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to support the channel further, there'll be a link to my Patreon down below in the description box, or a link will pop up at the end of this video. And if you choose to donate, it is greatly appreciated. And please share this video around. It does help me out a fuck ton. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you on the next video. Have a good one, guys.